Alright, so generally when you're a libertarian, your interaction or participation with the market is based entirely on what is best for you, economically speaking. So you have, with that said, you have in the contemporary post-pandemic or pandemic age, you have like these massive price fluctuations at these huge global corporations like Walmart, where such a type of person would normally shop just because they don't have any taste, and because that is where the prices are generally cheapest. But because of these price fluctuations, because of the massive instability in the global market, libertarians are now buying local, which is a revelation. They never considered the ethics of how they consume. They see the market and society as it is, as a God-given or natural phenomenon. They're living in some kind of pre-human, fallacious world where they cannot imagine that things might be otherwise. They're fully trapped within the mesh of ideology, but have no critical understanding even of how that ideology is affecting them. But no matter how much the libertarian tries to extricate themselves from society, or from the marketplace, it's really impossible to do that. You cannot live as a human being apart from the human community, no matter how hard you try, no matter if you move to the most remote place that you could think of. Therefore, because of one's essential connectedness to the rest of humanity, there's a basic ethical compulsion, a basic ethical obligation to be involved with that human society in one way or another. Given our world, the vast majority of human society is suffering in poverty, whatever. So the ethical obligation of every human becomes to think about how that might be otherwise. From there, obviously, from that basic ethical position, you can take your politics in whatever way you are influenced to do so. You can become a liberal, you can become a fascist, you can become a leftoid. But I personally believe that the theory of value that Marx talks about, that Marx uncovered, is kind of when Plato in the Meno talks about how all knowledge is already contained within the individual and they just need to remember it. I kind of feel like that is true of Marx's critique as well. If you just think about it enough, then you will inevitably arrive at the conclusion that capitalism is contradictory and full of crises and is responsible for the vast suffering that it is everybody's ethical obligation to do away with. But normally I would not find myself kind of at a loss on this topic, because normally I would not find myself talking about something so basic. Everybody should understand that they are part of human society and have a kind of obligation to it in one way or another. Everybody with a political ideology understands that, but libertarianism is just so fucking stupid. The libertarian mindset is that they have not recognized that initial basic ethical premise. The liberal mindset is either living in it's either I'm sorry, I keep saying liberal, but I actually mean libertarian. The libertarian is either a complete fucking idiot who has not thought about anything and is just operating off of a very few amount of received ideas, or they are living in denial. I think that is probably true for the majority of them. I think that like stupid libertarians are less in number than the amount of libertarians who have actually reconciled themselves to living unethically. But you know, to be a libertarian, like, it is really bad. Like, it's bad for your health, like the health of your soul, to live under this idea that you are absolved of any kind of social responsibility. It's really pathetic. I feel sad for somebody who operates with that mindset. Like, you cannot possibly live a healthy life like that. Anyway, that's all.